In this video, we are going to learn how to create contacts in SendGrid for MyPipeline form submission. Now we want that whenever a new form is submitted in MyPipeline, by using the same details of that form response, a new contact should be created in SendGrid. And if we want to automate this entire process, it requires some kind of connection between both these applications. And for that, we are going to use an integration software, Pabbly Connect, to connect both of them. So how we are going to do that? For that, we have MyPipeline in our trigger and we have SendGrid in our action. So we will be connecting both of them by using Pabbly Connect in such a way that whenever a new form will be submitted in MyPipeline, automatically by using that form response, a new contact will be created in SendGrid. And in order to learn this entire process step by step, let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn that whenever a new form is submitted in MyPipeline, automatically by using the details of that form, a new contact should be created in SendGrid. Alright, so let's start learning this process step by step. First of all, to start the process, in our browser, we have to search for pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, we are on the landing page of the software. Here we can find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you have to click on sign up for free to create your free new account in just 2 minutes. And also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks in order to explore this amazing software. And because I'm already an existing user of Pabbly Connect, therefore I'm clicking on sign in. After coming on the All Apps section, we can find all the products offered by Pabbly. And to create this workflow, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on Access now. And as we do that, we are on the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. Here we can find all the workflows which we have created. And in order to create a new workflow, we have to click on Create Workflow option given on right corner. So let's click on it. And now a dialog box has appeared in front of us, which is asking us to provide this workflow a suitable name. So let's give it a name. So I am giving this workflow the name as Create SendGrid Contacts from MyPipeline form submission. Okay. So after giving the name, we have to click on Create. And as we do that, we can find two windows open in front of us. First is trigger and the other is action. So what are trigger and actions? Trigger and actions are the basic principles on which the entire workflow of any automation runs. Here we can have only one trigger in this workflow, but we can have multiple actions. So let's understand trigger and action again with this workflow. So we are going to take MyPipeline in our trigger and SendGrid in our action. So we want that whenever a new form is submitted in MyPipeline, which is our trigger, in response to that, by using the details of that form, a new contact should be created in our SendGrid, which is our action. Okay, so let's start creating the workflow. First of all, we have to select our trigger application, which will be MyPipeline. So let's select it. And now we have to select our trigger event. So what is our trigger event? Our trigger event will be form submitted. And as we do that, we can find that a webhook URL is provided to us along with the instructions which we have to follow in order to connect MyPipeline account with Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let me show you how we have to do that. First of all, for that, we have to go on our MyPipeline account. So let me take you to MyPipeline account. So this is the dashboard of MyPipeline account. Now here from the left side, we have to go on automations. And here after coming on workflows, we can find list of workflows which we have created. And now in order to create a new workflow, we have to click on this blue button, which is of create workflow. Okay, so let's click on it. And now from the given options, we have to select one template out of them. So let us select this start from scratch template. We'll click on continue. And here we can find two options, trigger and action. So what are trigger and actions? As I've already told you, trigger is the first step of any workflow and the action is its response. So here also, like Pabbly Connect, we have to select our trigger and action. Okay, so let's first select our trigger. So we will click on add new workflow trigger, and from the given options, we have to select form submitted. And from here, we can also change the name of our workflow trigger. But for now, I'm not changing the name, but I'm keeping the name as form submitted only. So now we have to click on save trigger. And our next step will be selecting our action. So let's click on add your first action. And from the given options, we have to select webhook. So select webhook. We can also change our action name from here. And in method, we have to select post. And in the URL section, we have to paste the URL which we have received from Pabbly Connect. So let's copy this URL and we have to paste it over here. After that, we have to simply click on save action. So our trigger and action are selected. Now we have to publish this workflow. Okay. And after that, we have to click on save. So we can see that our workflow has been saved. Now let's go back to workflows and check whether a new workflow is created over here. Yes, so we can see that our workflow is published. Okay, now let's go back to Pabbly Connect and we can see that it is showing waiting for webhook response. That means now we have to do a test submission by filling up the form in MyPipeline in order to capture the webhook response here in Pabbly Connect. So let's go and fill the form. This is the form which I have created for this particular workflow, which contains first name, last name, email and phone number, the basic details. Okay, so let's start filling up this form one by one. First of all, we have to enter the first name. So basically I'm entering dummy details over here just in order to capture the response in Pabbly Connect. So I am giving the first name as dummy user and email and at last the phone number. Our dummy phone number will be okay. Now let's simply click on submit. And we can see that our form is submitted here. So let's go and check in Pabbly Connect whether we have received the response there. And yes, we can see that we have received the response here with the same details which we have entered in the form. So let's move on to the next step, which is our action step. Now, our action step will be to create a new contact in SendGrid by using the detail of this form submission. So for that, we have to select our action application, which will be SendGrid selected. And the next is action event. So our action event will be add or update a contact. And now we have to click on connect. And as we do that, it is asking us two options, add new connection or select existing connection. So let's click on add new connection. And after clicking on add new connection, we can find that we have to enter a API token over here. So from where we are going to find this API token, for that we have to go on our SendGrid account and in the settings section, we have to go on API keys. Okay, so let me take you to my SendGrid account. So here, this is the account. Now from left side, we have to go on settings section and under that we have to select API keys. So here we can find all the API keys which I have created for different workflows. Now to generate a new API key, we have to click on create API key. And we have to select full access from here. And after that, we have to give a random name to our API key. So let me give a random name as contacts. Now simply click on create and view. And we can find that a new API key is generated over here. So we'll click on it and it is already copied to my clipboard. So let's click on done. And let's move to Pabbly Connect. And here we have to paste and simply click on save. And here we can find that our SendGrid account is successfully connected with Pabbly Connect. So the next step is we have to enter all these details in order to create a new contact. So first is the list. We have to select the list in which we want to create a new contact. So let me show you my list which I have created. So in SendGrid, under marketing sections, we have to come on contacts. And here we can find all the contact list. And recently I have created this list which is named as new leads. So let me show you. It contains two other contacts and we are going to create a new contact in this particular list. Okay, so basically I'm going to select this list here. So from the drop down, I will select this list which is named as new lead, and now the next is email. So how we are going to enter these details? So we are going to map the data instead of entering them manually. So what is mapping? So when we insert the data from our previous step, that is known as mapping. Why we are doing it? Because we want that whenever a new form is also submitted in MyPipeline, automatically the details of that form must be captured here in Pabbly Connect without any manual step. So therefore we are going to map the data from our previous step. So here we have to select our previous step, which is form submitted in MyPipeline, and from this response we have to select our email. Here we can find the email, so let's select it. And it is mapped. Now the next it is asking us alternate emails. So we have not received any alternate email through form submission, therefore we can ignore this. Now the next is first name. So let's map the first name in the same manner. So the first name is given over here. Let's map it. And next is last name. So let's map the last name also. We can ignore some of the fields because they are optional. Okay. And at last we will directly come on phone number. Now simply click on save and send test request, and we can find that the response is positive because we have received a new ID of the particular contact which is recently created. So let's go and check in SendGrid whether a new contact is created over there. So here let's refresh this page once. And yes, we can find that a new contact is created and added over here in our list which is named as new leads with the same email which we have received through form submission. So that means this workflow is successful. Now let's summarize what we have done in this workflow. So basically we have taken two steps, trigger and action, In trigger, we have taken MyPipeline, and in action, we have taken SendGrid. So what we have done, basically by using Pabbly Connect, we have integrated both of them in such a way that now whenever a new form will be submitted in MyPipeline, automatically by using the response of that form, a new contact will be created and added in SendGrid. Okay, so these were the steps which we have to follow in order to connect both these applications by using Pabbly Connect. So this was it in this video. I hope this was helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but you can easily integrate many other applications by using Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can easily email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any query, you can easily reach out to us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you are having any pricing related issue with Pabbly Connect, you can easily reach out to the website given over here. Now, if you find this video helpful in any way, do not forget to share it with your friends. And also, please like our videos and subscribe to our channel to learn more such automation.